Jason, coming into the night, you had a good start to the weekend with a big win last night over Salmon Arm. Your group ended up turning it into a great weekend with a 2-1 shootout win over Victoria. It took about 58 minutes for the levy to break a little bit to get the game tied, but a pretty gutsy performance from your team both nights early on in the season, but 2 wins at the end of the day.
Yeah, two kind of differently built teams. The first night, Friday, obviously Salmon Arm, very quick, very fast, highly skilled. They push you in that department, and then tonight, a bigger, heavier team that I thought played a really, really good road game. So credit to them. Nothing came easy. It was tough to get to the interior, and we just kind of stuck with it. And we're hoping for one play, and it happened, and able to tie it up late, and then win in the shootout. So at the start of the weekend, you take your 4 points, you move on. They're not always going to be perfect, but there's lots to learn from, and a couple of days of rest here is, I think, something we need, and then get ready for next weekend.
How gratifying is it as a coach to be able to get the game tied with the goalie out? A lot of times the percentages aren't usually in the team's favor that's trying to tie it. So to get one with the goalie out at a key juncture of the game, how good did it feel, and what did you see from your group to be able to execute that?
Well, there's 3 really good plays. I think it started in the neutral zone. We came underneath with speed. We weren't standing still at the blue line. We came from underneath. We knew they were stacking it up, and we were able to come underneath with speed and enter the zone. And then, kind of a chip puck, and I think it was Hank that made a little play to the middle, and then Ethan Murner makes a heck of a play, kind of turns and finds Borrow coming in late, and a real good shot over the pad. So you need things to go right, and you need to string together 2 or 3 things usually to score a goal, and we were able to do that on that play.
We'd be remiss if we didn't talk about the goaltending here tonight. Ethan David started the first game here at home a couple of weeks ago, and then gets back in between the pipes, ends up stopping 35 at 36, and then all 4 in the shootout. He looked about as confident as ever.
Yeah, he's had a real good summer. He's in real good shape right now, and very determined, and has a plan for himself, which is good. And I thought he played very well tonight. He's had a very good preseason. He's been good in the regular season, and we're fortunate. Obviously, Clarkey was awesome last night too, and it's a 6-5 game, but he made some great A's as well. So we feel like we've got 2 strong goalies here, and that's such an important position, and we have the luxury of having 2 guys we believe in.
We heard some "Go Vipers, Go" chants from below, especially late in the game. 4-game homestand early on in the year is never easy because, again, the teams are just learning, the structures and finding their way. How nice was it to get that second win, and what does that do going into the back half of the 4-game homestand?
Well, this weekend the fan support was awesome. I was talking before we got on, just the atmosphere in the rink has been just great, and especially Friday was really good, and then tonight again back to back, and it really kind of pushes our guys on, and nothing came easy. We fought it hard here tonight, but just the energy that they were bringing, and then when we scored, it was great. So big shout out to them. Obviously they've been a big part of what we're doing. It's great to see so many people in the building, and we want to keep her going.
Thank you for the time.
Thanks, Graham.
Ethan, great way to finish off the first half of this 4-game homestand. Back-to-back nights, you've got the Grizzlies in here, and you put up 35 saves on 36 shots, and then stop all 4 that don't count in the shootout. Pretty good performance. How are you feeling?
I feel great. I'm glad we got the 2 points, and the homestand's definitely a big one for fans, and to get everyone in the community out to more games. And I think it's a really important win for us as a group, and I think we can move forward really well from here.
First goal of the game happens in the first minute 44. You make a great save on a breakaway, and then they get one sort of on the rebound after. And then after that, not much of a sniff, and it wasn't from a lack of effort on their part. You seem to be tracking the puck really well. What was working well?
What was working well? I really wanted to win for my team, right? Last game I didn't have a great start, and I didn't want today to be the same. So I turned on the Jets and had a good game.
Is it nice to feel a lot of pucks in the second period? You stopped all 16 that they put at you. Is it nice to have a lot of action, lots of pucks coming towards you?
Yes, for sure. The second period is a little bit tougher. It's closer to their bench, but I'm pretty vocal with our players and opponents sometimes, so it's really good to get that momentum, especially making saves after that.
It's 1-0 heading down the stretch. You've got to be perfect the rest of the way. 9 saves in the third to give your team a chance to win. How nice did it feel that they were able to at least force overtime, and a couple of big saves led to that?
I always had hope in our guys. Right? As soon as I got to the bench, I heard some cheering, and I knew we had it from there. Right? So I think the third period was a crucial time for us, especially going down into from the second. But yeah, I'm really glad we came back.
Overtimes are always fun, 3-on-3, but the shootout seems to be where you shine, and there's a little swagger, there's a little stare down. It's you and it's one offensive guy, one-on-one. You go 4 for 4 in this. Your shootout record's been pretty good.
Yeah, well, shootout's been a big factor in practice, and I think it's definitely translated to games. I always bring a couple guys over to me after practice, and we practice some moves, figure what works and what doesn't, and clearly it's working.
Appreciate the time. Congrats on the win.
Thanks, Graham. Appreciate it.